Good morning and welcome to our Week 3 music. It is a continuation of our Southeast Asian music focusing on Cambodia and Indonesian instruments. Your module in Week 3 music asks you to improvise simple accompaniment to selected Southeast Asian music. On this video lesson, you will see different Southeast Asian instruments that may help you improvising instruments. In Cambodia, the group of musicians, actors, or dancers who perform together are called Pinpit. It is a musical ensemble that is used to perform ceremonial music of the royal court and the temple in Cambodia. You might be asking, what is a royal court? A royal court is a palace for the royal blood of Cambodia, like their king and queen. Remember, ensemble means a group of musicians, actors, or dancers, and also instruments. Now, let's talk about some of the instruments of Pinpit. We have sampor. This is a double-headed drum played with hands. As you can see, it has a double membrane on its side. Another instrument of Pinpit is called scortum. This is a two big drums similar to Japanese drums. The size of this drum is the height of your shoulder when you stand. So this one is really big. Another one is the onit. This is a xylophone, but it is made of wood. Next one is ching with the double H. This one is called finger cymbals. As you can see, the size of this cymbal is so small, just like the size of your closed hand or closed fists. Next one is kongbong. This is a gong in a circular form. You have to be seated on the middle part to play this circular shaped group of gongs instrument. Now, let us listen to the sample Pinpit Ensemble. If Cambodia has Pinpit, in Indonesia, they have gamelan. They called it the Gamelan Ensemble. It is most popular form of music in Indonesia. Now, let us look on their group of instruments. Before we look on the different instruments of Indonesia, let's discuss first the two types of gamelan. The first one is what we call the Javanese gamelan. It is a Javanese gamelan because it is originated in Java, Indonesia. It is used in a court music. Remember that court or royal court is a palace. Now, the second one is what we call the Balinese gamelan. Of course, it is originated in Bali. That is why it is called a Balinese gamelan. Now, it is used for their sacred music. Another one that we have to discuss are the two vocals in gamelan. Now, we are talking about vocals, meaning it is a voice. So, President is a female soloist singer who sings with a gamelan. The other one is Gerong, which is a unison male chorus that sings with the gamelan. Another one is Irama. This one is an Indonesian term for tempo. Now, let us see the different instruments of gamelan. We have gong. These are the largest in the gamelan gong instruments. The bass voice gongs are the ageng and suwok. In Cambodia, their gongs are in circular form, while this one in Indonesia, it is hanging because it is so big that they have to control their struck or pagpalo because it will give you a very loud sound. Another instrument is the kedang. It is a two-headed drum with the primary function of keeping the tempo. It is also responsible for changing the density and signaling the transitions of the musical piece in a gamelan ensemble. Is it similar to Cambodian sampor? And now we have saron. It is a melodic percussive instrument that has 7 bronze bars on top of a resonating frame. It provides the core melody, the balungan, in the gamelan ensemble. This is like a xylophone but less metal. Again, it is made of 7 bronze bars. We have slenten. It is a metallophone, meaning it is an idiophone made of metal. That is why it is called a metallophone. This one with the 6 keys comprising a single octave. The metal keys are suspended in a leather cord over bamboo tube resonator. Another 7 bars metal. Now we have bonang. It is a collection of small gongs placed horizontally onto strings in a wooden frame rack. Each gong is tuned to a specific pitch depending on the scale being used. It is also played with a padded stick. If Cambodia has circular shaped group of gongs, in Indonesia, they prefer a rectangular shape. In Indonesia, they really love gongs. We have another gong, they called it kenong. The kenong is a cradled gong that is rather high in pitch than the hanging gongs. It is played with a padded stick. Its specific part is to mark off the time intervals in the rhythmic pattern. Now, let us listen to Javanese Gamelan Ensemble and watch how they play the instruments. And now, let us listen to the Balinese Gamelan Ensemble and watch how they play the instruments. Have you noticed the difference of the Javanese and the Balinese Gamelan Ensemble on way of playing the same group of instruments? Can you describe their music? How about the similarities of the Cambodian and Indonesian instruments? What do you think are the reasons why are they almost similar? Well, that's all for today. Thank you and God bless. Good morning. Are you excited for week 3 lesson in arts? This is about sculptures and artifacts of Southeast Asia. Let us begin. Before we proceed to the different sculptures and artifacts of Southeast Asian countries, let us understand first the three types of relief sculptures. Relief sculptures means the sculpted elements remain attached to a wall or a solid background of the same materials. Relief also means relievo in Latin, meaning to raise. Bas form is parang or medyo nakaangat ng kaunti yung sculptures, medyo malalim. As you can see on the picture, medyo nakaangat lang ng konti yung sculptures. Another type of relief sculpture is the alto. Alto is almost completely carved from its surface, highly shaped, with very little of the structure touching the base or plane. Common as well, decorations on Greek or Roman buildings and are the type mostly seen on Colosseum. Alto form is almost lalabas na yung sculpture. Halos lampas sa kalahati ang nakaangat or nakalabas. And the last type of the relief sculpture is what we call the sunken relief. It is an image that is carved into the surface rather than out of it. Ito naman ay pailalim na inukit na sculpture. Tandaan ang ating tatlong sculpture or relief sculpture. We have the bas, we have the alto, at ang panghuli ay ang sunken. And now, let's proceed to the different sculpture of Southeast Asia and let's begin in Cambodia. Stone carvings has been both a passion and a livelihood for many Cambodian sculptors. The art of stone carving in Cambodia has a very long, fascinating history which goes back to the foundation of Khmer Nation. One of their famous sculptures is on Angkor Wat. Now, what form of relief sculpture is this? Very good. It is an alto form. Another Cambodian sculpture is the churning of the ocean milk. The most important narrative represented at Angkor Wat is the churning of the ocean milk. It depicts a story about the beginning of time and the creation of the universe. It is also a story about the victory of good over evil, which depicts a story about the beginning of time and the creation of the universe. How about this one? What form of relief sculpture is this? Very good. It is a bas form. Let's go to Thailand. Thailand is world famous for its sculptures that dates back 4,000 years. The most commonly used materials are wood, stone, ivory, clay, and various metals. This famous sculpture in Wat Po in Bangkok is 46 meters long and 15 meters high. It is made of plaster on a brick core and finished in gold leaf. This is an altiform relief sculpture. And now we have the seated Buddha. It is made up of bronze, believed to be used as cultural or historical relic of ancient Buddhists in Thailand. This is an independent type of sculpture, meaning it is completely carved out and can stand on its own. And now, let's go to Indonesia. Indonesia is known for its stone, bronze, and Iron Age arts. The sculptures can be found in numerous archaeological sites in Sumatra, Java, to Sulawesi. The native Indonesian tribes usually create sculptures that depicts ancestors, deities, and animals. This is evident in the pre-Hindu Buddhist and the pre-Islamic sculptures from the tribes. We have here the Lord Murugan statue. Another Indonesian artifact is the Balinese mask. This one is made up of goat's skin and buffalo hair to boar's teeth. It is used to scare off evil spirits, to connect with ancestors, cure sickness, and to prevent natural disasters like floods, famine, and drought. In Myanmar, they uses wood, stone, and plaster as sculpting materials. They have the sadaik. It is a wooden chest bound in lacquer and used for centuries in Myanmar. Used both in monasteries and the royal court to hold palm leaf manuscript, sermons, poetry, prayers, and orders. This is a wooden chest, but it has a lot of bas-relief sculptures. Now, let's go to Singapore. The Merlion is also partly inspired by the story of how Singapore got its name, or the Singapura story. The Sentosa Merlion is the biggest replica, standing at 37 meters and made from glass reinforced concrete. If you go to Singapore, you need to have a picture of this merlion because it is like the statue of Jose Rizal in Rizal Park or Luneta. Well, that's all for today. I do hope you enjoy our art discussion. Thank you and God bless.